Hello there, I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. Thank you so much for joining me. Many of you are writing me. Keep those emails coming, and if though you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. Every time I come on with live video or uploaded videos, you will know. And if we have special programs, definitely you will know before the others. And I want to welcome you to those of you who want to join my Patreon partnership, $30 a month. You will get the information shortly. Let's talk about something that you were writing me about. And one thing you were saying, I am so frustrated. I am totally eluded with this narcissist that I don't know what to do because they're calling me, they're using false Facebook pages, they're stalking me, they're sending in their flying monkeys, they tapped into my family is telling me to go back, but they have no idea of the hell I went through and the trauma that I suffered these many years being with the narcissist. And the narcissist is telling you, if you don't come back, they're going to take the children. They're going to make sure you get nothing out of the house. If the house sell, they're going to make sure you are financially bankrupt by the time they finish. And they're telling you they're going to make life a living hell for you. You say, what do I do? Well, first of all, you are out of the trauma. You can't go back to the trauma to make trauma right by getting more trauma, by getting more devastation. When you are free, you have to walk in that freedom. Even if you don't understand everything about it, you are free to operate, you are free to grow, and you're free to start healing. You cannot get healed from sickness in a sick environment where the sickness is prominent. You have to get out of the environment of sickness and then start your healing. And that's what God wants to do for you. When the narcissist is threatened, you need a good lawyer that understand difficult personalities. Unless they've been diagnosed, you cannot say they are a narcissist, even though they may have all the traits of being a narcissist, and you may know in your mind that that's what you're dealing with. You cannot go in the court of law without a proper diagnosis, because the judge or the lawyer is not going to go on your intuition or your knowledge. You have to have a professional diagnosis in order to establish the realm of there being a narcissist. But you can tell your lawyer, have you ever dealt with difficult, toxic personality? Difficult personality. See the range of that lawyer in dealing with these type of distress personality, because NPD is tremendous. And if they get a lawyer, most person with narcissist personality disorder would get a lawyer just like them. They would get a lawyer just like them. And when they get a lawyer just like them, the lawyer will go for the juggler. The narcissist may not want the children, but they'll go after children. There is a person on here, she's a lawyer. Her name is Rebecca Zahn. Rebecca Zahn. And she specialized in narcissists and divorce. You want to make sure you credit yourself to that. And when you go through court situation, do not reveal the information to the narcissist. The most dangerous time is when you are leaving and after you leave, especially if they're psychopathic or they are a malignant narcissist and they're making threats of taking your life. You make sure you file a police report. Even if nothing was done, it's on file. And you make sure you break off all contacts. You never meet the narcissist alone, and you never take somebody that could be a flying monkey. Once you realize if your family is coming to you, your friends is coming to you, and they're telling you to go back, you know they're flying monkeys. Somehow the narcissist has integrated himself or herself onto them, and they are getting you to convince you back to a Hoover. And most of you know that when you went back to the narcissist, if you ever left and you went back, it was worse than before. And that's the way it would be now. It won't get better, it will get worse. So the frustration that you are having with the narcissist, the frustration that you are having being Hoover, the frustration you're having, if you can prove that you are being stalked, then you make sure you do a police report. All hard copies of any abuse or any stalking or maliciousness, there is a record. You're going to need this in the court of law. And watch what you say, because 9 times out of 10, the narcissist would tape when they have provoked you to go off. They're not going to tape when they provoke you. They're going to tape when you go off. And they're going to present that in the court of law. And they're going to tell the judge that you have some mental illness and that you need to attend to. And they got all of these streams of things that they're going to transliterate to their lawyer, who's going to give it to the judge. So when they are provoking you, don't say anything over the phone. You could be taped. Don't say anything in public. You could be taped. Never meet them alone. Always be with someone else. And make sure they are neutral minded about the relationship and they're not taking the narcissist side. If you got a good support group, go to that support group. Keep listening to these videos. These videos will be a tremendous blessing to you. They're going to strengthen you, because sometimes the narcissist will try to weigh you down. They will keep coming. They will leave gifts on the porch. They will leave flowers on the porch. They will call you. They will act as if they're crying. They will say they're getting counseling. They're going to a therapist, and they're really not. They will go to the therapist until the Hoover wins over. And when the Hoover wins over, they stop going to a therapist and they saying this is you. All the stuff that you was going through is going to magnify. It's going to multiply. It's going to intensify. Once you break contact and you go no contact, stay no contact. Let the judge implement a parenting plan. Stick to the parenting plan. If you feel that your life is in jeopardy or the kids, you make sure you administrate that to the judge, and they will have a supervised visit. And when there's a supervised visit, you don't go beyond the visit. You don't do more than the parenting plan. Even if the narcissist plead, I want my family. I recognize that I made a mistake. I was a fool. I left you. I never should have done it. I've learned from it. Please give me another chance. You're the only one I ever loved. I would never cheat again. I would never do what I did with the bank account again. They will always plead. And remember, when you feel mesmerized by what they're saying, you know you were strong, but as soon as you get around them, you start to weaken. You know there is a force with them that's why I'm telling you, don't do this alone. If you got a lawyer, only communicate with them through the lawyer. Stop communicating with the narcissist unless the parenting plan specify the amount and the kind of communication that you are to do. Stay within the legal ramifications and protect yourself. Because a lot of cases have turned where the narcissists end up with the children and they don't even want the kids. They end up giving the kids to the sister, the mother. They just didn't want you to have them. And they will keep fighting. And what the narcissists have a tendency to do, to prolong a court case until you run out of money. And then when you run out of money, the narcissists launch the big wham against you legally. Be wise. Keep listening to these videos. Please subscribe to this video. Subscribe. Every time I come on, you will be the first to know. If we do any program, you will be the first to know. You will have privileges that the others don't. And I'm getting ready to launch my Patreon membership, so you can join that membership. And there will be access to me that nobody else can get but my partners. And I'm telling you, don't break the Hoover. Don't break the no contact by yielding to the Hoover. No matter how sad they get, no matter how they cry, no matter how they threat, no matter how scared you get, don't yield to the Hoover. Once you know, you go. And once you free, you be. And you let the courts assist you, especially when you know that there could be jeopardy to you or the children. And remember, you can't just run off with the children. You cannot. They are still the parent and they have legal rights. Know your rights. Go to a domestic advocate station. Find out what domestic advocacy is. Find out what your rights are, because sometimes you may be in a domestic violence situation and you don't know that you are in a domestic violence situation. Why? Because it's not physical, it's mental abuse, mental torment, and you are going through it. And the narcissists know it's hard to prove domestic violence, mental issues, because there's no scars. The scars are inside. Domestic violence, 1-800-799-7233. If you feel that you are any way threatened, 1-800-799-7233. And then Psychology Today will assist you if you need to find a therapist. If you need help, Psychology Today, go on there. And they have help in every city. Most of the cities, there is help. And you want someone who can specialize in narcissist abuse, toxic people, and difficult people. And remember, you do not have the diagnosis or can diagnose. It has to be diagnosed by a professional. Leave it to them. Know the symptoms and only administrate the symptoms to the legalist or to the therapist of what you're going through, or the psychiatrist. Psychology Today and domestic violence, 1-800-799-7233. And remember, when you are leaving, do not release this information to anyone. And after you leave, those are the two imperative and the most sensitive time that can be detriment even to your life. And remember, don't run with the children. Get help. I am Helen Sattler, your destiny helper, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. God bless.